The Port of San Diego would like to take back this 3.4 acre waterfront Embarcadero property from the U.S. Navy, which has a 100-year free rent lease that runs all the way through 2049. Hey, this is Brad Hobson, and I'm around San Diego. And to give you some proximity to where I'm located, this is Pacific Highway. These buildings, it's a big L-shaped parcel, runs all the way through to North Harbor Drive, and I'm standing right next to the Grand North and Grand South condominium towers. So that's about 93,000 square feet of general office space. And the port over the years has said, we would like to get this back and start redeveloping this property. Remember, they want to redo this entire Embarcadero. In 1985, the Navy said, hey, we might be willing to negotiate with you if you could replace these facilities somewhere else. The port didn't have the money to do that. In 1999, when the first 50-year term of that lease was up, the Port of San Diego actually went to court and said, we don't think the 100-year lease is valid. They ultimately lost, and the Navy won out, and they stayed here. In 2005, the Navy said, hey, we might be willing to negotiate. 7 years later, they couldn't come up with an agreement. And then finally in 2020, the Navy actually finally moved out of this property down to where the Manchester Financial Group had built a brand new building for them as part of the Manchester Financial Agreement for that 5-block parcel. The Port of San Diego ultimately wants to get this property back sooner than later. They want to create open space, hotels, retail, parking. They want to give the public access to this property and really kind of do away with this industrial look. So, by the way, the two large towers behind me there, that's the Wyndham Hotel. They own another part of this block. Their lease expires in 2049. They've already said they want to redevelop, but they're waiting for the Port of San Diego to update their master plan, which has been going on for several years. So I want you to handicap. Do you think the U.S. Navy is going to be willing to give up the remaining 26 years of their lease of this property to the Port of San Diego to allow them to redevelop? The port has said this is our top goal in 2023. The Navy has said we're open to negotiations. Local congressional members are lobbying the Pentagon to try to get this done. Maybe this is the right time this is actually going to happen. So this is a huge parcel, very critical spot. Port of San Diego says, hey, we want to start redeveloping. Do a deal with us, U.S. Navy. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment here. I hope this has been helpful. This is Brad Hobson, and I'm around San Diego.